Again, you get into this sort of dashboard that has a list of all the videos that you've been working on. So when you hover over one, you can kind of have a little animation of it. You can see that you can edit it by clicking on this one. At the same time, you can download the video from here and choose which quality you want it to be generated in. You can download it as an animated GIF, in which format. You can share it as a hyperlink. So yeah, you can decide the permissions on that link too, if you want to give it to a specific person. And you can rename it, move it to somewhere else, because you can create, I believe, folders on Vyond, but I don't really use folders. You can see some of its versions and you can delete it. So all of these options are available to you. Let's go ahead and start with creating a new video. Once you hit that, you see that you have 3 different styles: contemporary, business friendly, and whiteboard type of video. Let's go with the one that I always use, is the business friendly. So once you select your video type, you will have a kind of timeline here, and you will have in this space the content of your video, its visual assets. Then here you have a top bar with so many features that we'll go through, and another bar to the right. So let me go ahead and title my video as tutorial video. So here at the bottom of my timeline, you see that I have an already default kind of scene. Let's start with a blank new scene. So if I do this, see that I have a white scene, and I can just delete this by selecting it and hitting delete on my keyboard. So now I only have one scene. I can create also a scene based on a template. So they have multiple templates, and the templates are structured by category. So if I put the catering category, I can see all different kinds of pre-built scenes for me that I can just click on, and that would instantly appear on my side. So you don't really need that now. So if I go again and look for a template, you will see that I have different types of templates. They can match your business friendly style with where I am right now. If you're making a whiteboard video, then it will have templates that really connect to that style. Or if you're doing contemporary, then this is what will appear on your side. Since I'm doing business friendly, I'm going to go and look for an intro for my video. So these keywords allow me to see what intro would work for me. And let's go with a very simple one, which is this one. So this one has a character and has 2 tiles to it. If I want to add a second scene from a template that I have created, that was not created by Vyond, I need to stop this search, come back to my library that will have multiple scenes that I had created long time ago. You can see that these are some of the intros of this YouTube channel. And so basically, let's say I want to make the new scene, my intro scene, as a template scene for me. So let's take a look at the timeline that you can basically extend, and swim lanes would appear as you add more content into it. You can zoom in. You can see I'm clicking into the plus, and you can zoom out like any video editor timeline. You can extend your scene, and you can see its duration. So it's starting at 0, it's ending at 9 seconds, and its duration is 9.417 seconds. So that's very practical. You can copy the scene and Command V, paste it, and then you have a duplicate of the same scene. You can save this whole scene as a new video, or you can select these 2 scenes and save them as a new video, which is super practical if you have very big projects that you want to chunk into sub-projects or sub-videos. So that's for the timeline. Here you can see that you have an upload feature where you can upload assets, your logos, visual props that you're using that are not on Vyond, and they have some restrictions on them. You can see them here. You can search some assets that you've uploaded by their names. Then under characters, you can pick a character based on settings like government, scattering, casual, and also characters are structured around the types of videos. Is it business friendly, whiteboard, or a contemporary? Let's go for scattering. There we go. Let's take this character. So once I click on a character, it appears on my scene directly. And if I copy Ctrl+C this character and I select this scene number 1 and I paste it, the character will be pasted exactly where it was pasted on scene 2. So let's come back to our scene number 2. You can see that they are numbered. So you have characters here, and you can search characters. You even have stick figures that are available. Then you have props that are very, very much valuable for anyone who makes videos. You're looking for icons, you're looking for concepts that you would like to illustrate. So let's say, for example, I'm looking for masks. So you can see the mask could be like this, or mask on a figure. You can see if I put here school, you have plenty of props that are related to school, like backpacks, the school bus, the boards, the books, the diplomas, the writing, the letters, the alphabet. So many props that are related to this theme. They're pretty limited, but 160 is a good number. And you can find them in other styles. These are different. So you have 84 in this contemporary style, and you have 160 in the business-friendly style. So libraries are not exactly the same from one style to the other. Then you have charts. They're pretty basic. So if I drop a chart here, I can change here the chart's data. So if I click here, you can see I can change. So if it's 70 instead of 21, it will impact this chart. Same for the others. I can change the settings. What do I want to show? Do I want to show the value or not? I want to show the label or not? I want to show the percentages or not? And this is very, very much useful. Charts. Same for any other types of charts. Same like this one, or this one, or this one. Then you have texts, and you have different styles of text. So let's say I would like to work on this type. If I drop this text at the top, I can double click on this because these are two elements that are connected to each other. And if I double click, I can select this text and I type, "Hello world, this is my title." So from this text, you see that I can click on this text settings. I can change the font. Fortunately, I don't have the business license, so I cannot upload my fonts. But if I upgrade, I'm using the premium license, I can upload my own fonts, but they have a pretty nice font list, although limited too. So let's change it to this one. I can change as if I was in a Word file, the font style, wanted to auto size based on the container, what it is, the alignment, the direction, the padding, the spacing. I can change the color of the text. So let's make it black. I can change it from its hex or RGB codes, or I can change it manually from here. There are some out-of-the-box colors too that you can leverage. So back after text, you can see different styles. You have speech bubbles, you have checklists, you have lower thirds, different types of texts, and also they differ from one video style to the other. Then we go to audio. You can see that you can record your audio, or you can use their text-to-speech features, meaning if I put, "Hello, my name is Nada," I can have a robot basically transcribe it, and I'll use a South African female, Tisa, her name is, and the robot will generate it for me, and you can hear it.
Hello, my name is Neda.
Next is that you can find those talents. They have maybe a talent pool that you can request from. And if you want to record your own, you can just hit record and hello, how are you doing? My name is Nada. Hello world. And that's it. So then once you stop, you'll see that you have now audio assets that was added to your timeline, and you can see it from here. You can increase its volume or decrease it from this panel. You can add a fade effect, and you can see that now things have changed. It's fading at the end. I can take off the fading from the beginning, so now it's back. I can bring back the fading at the beginning, and now it's here. If I come out of this, I can always right click on my recording. I can go to settings and I can change things again. If I want to split something in my audio, I can right click and I can split. So now I have two sections. I don't think I can stitch them. Like, you cannot stitch them like other editors like Camtasia. You can delete, you can copy, and you can play it if you're working on a specific scene and you don't want to play the whole video or the whole scene, you only want to play this section of the audio. You can right click on it and play from a specific section in the audio or the whole audio that you're selecting. They have a really nice library of background music, but you can always upload your own music from the upload feature. Then you can browse. They have sound effects that are super cool. You can use them. They are very short. So my favorite one is the pop sound. So let me play it for you. There you go. If you click on it, then the pop sound is here. And you can see it, and if I keep on extending it, the sound is duplicating itself. So Control Z, I'm back to my initial dropping. So that's for the left panel of our Vyond dashboard, and this is very much just beginning and just a starter for beginners in Vyond. Then for the right panel, you'll see that you have a background feature. So I can change the background. Let's say I want this lady to be in a garden or backyard, and there you go. She's now in the backyard. So that's the background. I can change the colors of this background, so I can make the ground look blue, and now it's blue. And it depends. So whenever you drop an asset from the prop, this asset can be changed in its colors as much as it cannot be changed. So it really depends on your luck. Some assets cannot change in colors, so you won't see colors here for them. Let's see if this book changes its color. So this one doesn't have color, so it will stay like this. But if I take a look at this one either, it's okay. Then from the background, you can see that there is a scene transition. So I'm not selecting anything in my scene, but I want my scene to start in a certain way. So I can do a motions graphic, and I can do a circular rings one, and I will decide on the duration of this. So let's decide it will take 3 seconds instead of 1. So I'll save, and if I want, and it also auto saves for me. If I want to preview my scene, you'll see that it will enter, the whole scene will enter in a circular array. There you go. I can exit my preview. Then let's remove this. I can do camera effects. Camera effects mean that I'm zooming in a place or zooming out. So let's do add camera movement, and I can decide on where I want to position it. So you'll see that, let's say I want to zoom in on this lady here, and I want it to zoom in like this or like that. I can choose the direction. I'll just choose it to be vertical, and I can decide when do I want it to enter, when do I want the camera movement to be. Let's say I want it to start in second number 1. So now you will see that it will start zooming on the lady by second 1. Please take a look at the timeline. It started zooming in. Can you see that? And I can stop it when I want. It just zoomed in. If I want to zoom out, I just continue the scene and I still have this camera movement zoomed into the lady, but now I will add a camera movement to make it bigger. So zoom out, and you'll see that the direction of my arrow just changed. So now let's preview and you will see what happens. Now it's zooming out. And I can always choose when I want the zoom out to happen. Is it at the beginning or a bit later? So you can see if I play this again. It will not zoom out now, but now it's zooming out. So you can feel that difference. Another important comment is that if I place my cursor here or any space that's not in the timeline and it's not touching the header, I can move my scene here and there. Very practical if sometimes you're working on a scene and you're taking an asset like this and you don't need it right now, so you want to put it somewhere and then work on this now, then bring it back. It's very practical. If you put it up, you can always come up and bring it down, then come down. A sort of canvas. In terms of scenes, you have a setting that allows you to use the scene duration. You don't really need it because you can definitely make the changes here. But if you're you can extend your scene or shrink it in terms of timing. And you'll see if I shrink it like this, and there is this little icon that's telling me assets beyond scene and will not appear in the video, meaning that there is something in the scene that's happening that, given that you're making it shorter, is not going to appear on your scene. So make sure that you're making it a bit extended, and there you go, it's disappeared, so that your scene is fully functional and showing every single animation and asset you've put in there. If you're super, specific, you can put a duration here to help you be super specific about how long your scene you want it to stay for how long. So this was for the scenes. Now let's move to asset related content. So if I put my cursor on an asset, let's say character, you will see that my character has now new features. I can choose the action of this character. I want them to be cooking. Then I have a cooking table and my character is cooking. So if I click again on my character, I will see their expression according to action. Let's make them angry. See, so their face changed. And I can change where they're looking. Are they looking left? Or are they looking right? See? Or are they looking face camera? There you go, angry face. I can put a dialogue, and so this would help you connect your audio to your character, and the way they speak will show a little bit that text. Or you can record it yourself and assign that audio to this particular character. These are very much the basics. If I have text, as you can see, I can change the color of my text and the settings, change the padding, the spacing, very much like a Word doc. And I can change the entrance. When do I want this text to appear? Is it at the beginning, at the end, how much delay? I can make them appear as slide up. Do slide up, and I can search it too. I can search it. So if I do slide, it will appear as a keyword, and then I do slide up, and I can choose the timing. When do I want it to slide? Let's do 2 seconds. So after 2 seconds in the scene, this title will appear. I can choose a motion. I can make this character move. It is a bit advanced for this video, but we'll cover it in another episode of this Vyond one-on-one crash course. And I can choose the exit. In which style do I want them to exit in? a sparkling way. So let's make this lady exit the left, and I'll make her exit after 4 seconds, right after her entrance by about 2 seconds. And at the same time, I can choose the timing and the style and the duration of her exit. Do I want her to exit slowly or fast? Other than that, I can very much control her position in my square scene, and I can choose the opacity. So once I'm done normally with the video, I can choose the settings, the aspect ratio, the fade, and I can share it as a link with my colleagues. If I enable this link, I can copy the link and anyone with this link can show it. I will show to specific people. People who would like to use this feature will need to have an upgrade, and I don't have it. I only use the premium version. Or I can export my video, my whole scene. I can export it, generate video, and then I export it. And they have a help feature here if you need a live chat person to help you. If you need a template library, that is really, really great. Vyond is a great place to start with explainer videos and animations, and they have a very extensive video template library. You can see that if I come back to my dashboard by clicking on back to your videos, you will see that my video is now at the top of recent videos, and we can see the scene that we've built together. That's zooming in, zooming out, and you can see those effects. Let's take a look at them again. So you can see that here we'll have the text that will have an entrance and exit effect. So now we're zooming out. You see the hello word has just exited, and we can control as well that, and I exit the preview mode, and that's it.